Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS25 fact sheet video. It's fact sheet Friday again, and we got four new fact sheets with 4 vehicles and 3 machines. Yeah, let's start with the first one. This is a well-known tractor. Maybe it's a little bit modernized, but we all know the Fendt 700 Vario from the game already. And I think it's a very useful tractor. I used it quite a lot because it's in the medium size range. And therefore you can use it for quite a lot of things. But I must admit, I'm a little bit disappointed, even if it's such a useful tractor, but I'm eagerly waiting for the Fendt 600, because this is really new, and it was introduced at Agritechnica last autumn, and so I want to see it in FS25. The Fendt 600 is in between the 500 and the 700. You can guess from the number. And there hasn't been a 600 Fendt for quite a while. And then they decided that they have to close the gap between the rather small 500 and the medium-sized 700. And therefore we get the very, very modern 600. I hope so. So in reality we get it, and I hope that we will get it in the game as well. And so with every fact sheet I'm waiting that this tractor is shown, but now they showed us the 700, which shouldn't be disappointing because it's a wonderful tractor. It's an awesome tractor. So let's have a look at the facts. The horsepowers are 203 to 303, which makes it rather beefy in the higher range. And the fuel tank is 450 liters. It weighs 8.8 tons. And the cost is not too shabby, $249,500, and it has variable gears and 50 kilometers per hour. Yeah, so this is quite normal. The price is not so cheap, so you have to work a little bit until you can afford this. And behind this tractor we can see a sawing machine, a Bednar Omega 006,000 FL. And yeah, we have already seen quite a lot of sawing machines, so we will be have a rich choice in sawing machines in FS25. And they write that it is a direct seeder. That makes it easy for us to know, okay, this is good and useful. You can use it as a direct seeder. That means you don't need to cultivate the field before sowing, and you can see it. This is a field right after the harvest, and you can just use this machine to do your sowing without cultivating or plowing before. And yeah, you need a tractor with at least 200 horsepower to use this. It weighs 9.5 tons. The working speed is 17 kilometers per hour or 10 miles per hour. Oh, I forgot to say, the tractor drives 31 miles per hour. So back to the sawing machine. It costs 116,500, and the capacity for the seeds and the fertilizer is between 5,000 and 5,400 liters. The working width is 6 meters. And I already said it, you can apply seeds and fertilizer in one go. So instead of driving 3 times on your field back and forth, you only need to drive 1 time. So you don't need the cultivating, and then you go with the machine and you have it already fertilized 1 time. And then you can fertilize another time at another day, and then the most important work is done on the field. So what can we sow with this? Everything that you can usually sow with a normal sowing machine. And now we can see the piece, we don't have a question mark anymore. But I'm still wondering what happened to the sorghum. Maybe they switched the sorghum to the planters. We will see when we get the first planter in the fact sheets whether this is true. But because somewhere somehow you need to sow sorghum, and here we don't see it in the list. Okay, next one. Here we have a rather small Deutz-Fahr tractor. It's a modern one. You can see it. It's this sharp, in the front it's rather sharp. It looks a little bit like a shark, and those are the modern Deutz-Fahr tractors. And it's a 6C RV shift, and yeah, the 6 series are the not very small one, but normal size Deutz tractors, and they produce a lot of them. We've been at Deutz last year. It was in Lauingen when we had the FarmCon 2023. And yeah, we saw a lot of those 6 series tractors. And this one has 143 horsepower, 160 liters fuel tank. It weighs 5.5 tons. It costs 103,500. It has a power shift gear, and you can drive 50 kilometers per hour or 31 miles per hour. And behind it you can see a baler from Krone, and it's a Varipack V190 XC Plus. And as far as I can see, it is not a baler wrapper, but just a baler, and you can make round bales with it. You need a tractor with at least 100 horsepower to work with it. You can choose the bale size between 125 centimeters to 180 centimeters. It costs 69,500 bucks, and it weighs 5.1 tons. And the working speed is 17 kilometers per hour or 10 miles per hour. Okay. Now we get a surprise. A white tractor. It's not only that the color is white, the brand is called white. It's an AGCO White tractor. And when I first saw it, oh, a new brand. Yes, for us it's a new brand in the base game of Farming Simulator, that's true. But it's not a new tractor, it's a vintage tractor. And yeah, I looked it up because I was curious. What is this white tractor? Did AGCO decide to make their own tractor brand line? No, they didn't. And first, you should know that AGCO is a very big enterprise, and a lot of tractor brands belong to AGCO. So this is Fendt, Massey Ferguson, Valtra, just to name a few, and also this White brand. And the White brand was a small tractor manufacturer, or rather small, in the 60s of the last century already. And they made nice white tractors, and then they were bought by AGCO, and already quite a long time ago, and then for a while there haven't been white tractors. So when I say white now, I usually mean the brand and not the color. But then in the 90s of the last century till 2001, they decided to make a new line of white tractors, and they have had small one up to medium size ones like this one, and they produced it till 2001. And this white tractor, this 1810 series, is one of the biggest of those tractors. And yeah, we can see 8010 is the series, and the actual tractor that we see here is a 8510, and that means it has a bigger machine. We have quite different machines in this series, and so this one is one of the bigger ones because you need it for this windrower behind. Yeah, and the other one will be called maybe something like 8010, 8110, and so forth. I will look it up because I'm interested in this brand, because yeah, for me it's a new thing in farm sim. And what I also like about this machine, I will tell you after I told you the facts. So the horsepowers are 160 up to 225 horsepowers. The fuel tank is 454 liters. It weighs 9.8 tons. It costs 58,500 bucks, and it has power shift gears, and you can drive 40 kilometers per hour or 24 miles per hour. Yeah, what do I find so interesting about this machine? It is because you can start rather cheap. So if you earned a little bit of money already on your farm and you think, I definitely need a new tractor, you could buy this for 58,000 bucks. And then if you have more money, you can upgrade it to up to 225 horsepower. With 225 horsepower, you can do quite a lot. Not on huge fields for a big farm, but as a normal or small farm, it is already a rather useful tractor. And you can do most of the stuff that you want to do with such a tractor. For example, a medium-sized sowing machine can be worked with such a tractor when you have the higher horsepower. And in FS25 I like the Case Magnum, this vintage tractor, because of this reason. You could upgrade it to 261 horsepower, which is even better. But as far as I remember, it was a little bit more expensive, and so I like those upgradable tractors a lot, and that brings you over a certain threshold, over the 200 horsepower threshold, and to be precise, and therefore I think I will use it quite a lot. So let's have a look at the appliance, what is behind this tractor. It's a windrower from Anderson called Merge Pro 915, and this is a bent windrower. So not with those huge wheels that are turning, but more machine driven. and you need 140 horsepower to work with it. The working width is 9.2 meters and it costs $153,000, which is a lot of money for a windrower. So those other windrower types with those huge wheels that are turning and turning, they are much cheaper. But this special technique of this bent windrower, I hope it's called like that, is more expensive. We already know it from FS25. We had this type of bent windrowers and they all were quite expensive, and therefore I never used them, but they look good. It weighs 5 tons and you can work with 20 kilometers per hour or 12 miles per hour with this windrower. Okay, now the last one, which is only the vehicle. It's a JCB 535S and it's a wheel loader. And on the image we can see this attachment, and it's a, not a shovel but something like that from Albert, but this is not part of the fact sheet. But as you can see, it's a really big one, so you can transport not only a lot of stones, but I guess a lot of silage as well. This wheel loader has 252 horsepower. The tank is 400 liters, it weighs 14.4 tons and it costs $199,500. It has variable gears and the driving speed is 40 kilometers per hour or 24 miles per hour. Okay, that's it with this week's fact sheets. And tell me in the comments below, which is your favorite vehicle or appliance from this week's fact sheets. I would be really interested to know what you like best. And if you ask yourself what I like best, maybe you can already guess it. I like best this tractor, this white one. Yeah, because it's new and interesting and upgradable. Okay, I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for watching and all the best till next time. Tschüss!